One thing that I wish I knew when I first started as an appointment setter and when I first started in sales is that hard times and the hard offers that you're on right now, you know, the grind when you first initially start out, you're getting rejected left, right, and center. You can't seem to find an offer. And when you find an offer, it's not the one that, you know, is making you money. Or, you know, you find an offer and you're out there grinding every single day and you're not making any wins, you're not seeing any growth. That is where you see the most growth. Yeah, it may not feel like you're not seeing any growth, but that is where you see the most growth. And that is where you become the best possible setter and the best possible sales rep you possibly could be. And there's countless examples of this, okay? I mean, I think back to myself. When I first started in sales, it took me about 3 to 4 months to actually make my first commission back. And it was £100. It was €100, sorry. It took me about 3 to 4 months. I was booking calls, I was outreaching, I was putting in the graft, I was putting in the work. It took me about 3 to 4 months to make my money back, okay? But now if we look at the flip side, look at me now. Literally look at me now when it comes down to sales skills, when it comes down to experience, when it comes down to the revenue I've been able to make and, you know, the amount of money I'll be able to make for myself and for my clients. If I had just quit those 3 to 4 months, you know, within those 3 to 4 months, if it just got to the first month and I didn't make money, imagine what life would look like right now. I'd probably be a corporate NPC. I'd probably be in the middle of London in a suit, working a job that I hate. Do you know what I mean? So those 3 to 4 months of me on dead offers, and you know, it continued after that, to be honest. It's not like I got my first commission and everything switched. I was still in the trenches. I was still putting in hours and working every single day, not seeing the results I wanted to see. But if I'd have just quit, I wouldn't have been able to see the type of person that I am now. And looking back at those 3 to 4 months, that is what gave me the character. That's what gave me the experience. I promise you guys now, watching this video, the most growth you will ever see as an appointment setter is on the offers where it feels like you're drowning. It's on the offers where you feel like you're not making any money, okay? The most amount of progression and the growth you will see in life is when it just feels like everything's going wrong. Because if you've got the balls, and if you've got like the mental discipline and the fortitude to wake up every single day and be like, you know what, I'm not going to let life kick me. I'm not just going to give up. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to continue doing it again and I'm going to continue doing it again until I win. You have no choice but to win. You can't lose if you don't quit. Do you know what I mean? You literally can't lose if you don't quit. So the reason why I think those months or those periods of time where you're not doing too well in life, or specifically in sales, is because you learn what to and you learn what not to do, but you also learn how to appreciate the highs. Like I remember when I first started making commission, it felt great. You know what I mean? It felt great because, you know, my emotions were regulated. If I'd have just joined and I was winning off the bat, it wouldn't have felt as good. The wins, when they came, you know, the first 1 to 2K a month, they would have just felt normal. But the fact that I went through the struggle first, and the fact that I endured those, 3 to 4 months of me just absolutely sucking whatever and just not being able to, just feeling like I wasn't making any progress, that is why, those first 3 to 4 months are so important. One thing that a lot of people do as well is, like, when you first get started in something like sales, you compare yourself to other people. You know what I mean? It's human nature. You compare yourself to other people. But I remember, like, when I first got started in specifically appointment setting in sales, first ever sales role, I was comparing myself or comparing myself with other people that had just started with me. And I'd see them getting wins. I'd see them signing clients. I'd see them making money. And I'd be like, what am I doing wrong? I'd be like, oh, wow, is it just not working for me? Is it like, am I doing something wrong? Are they just lucky? You know what I mean? I could have had a victim mindset and been like, oh, they're just lucky. They're just finding the offers. This isn't fair. I'm going to quit. But no, I took that into stride. I learned what it is that they were doing, and I just outworked them. I just carried on working. And now I look back, those people that were crushing it crushing it when, we first started. And, when I first started as a sales rep, they're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere to be found because they believed the hype. When you first start something, when you get really good at it initially, it's very easy to believe the hype. And it's very easy to believe that that's what life is always going to be like. So then when life happens eventually, and when the hard times do come, it's kind of like a culture shock. It's like a shock to the system. You know what I mean? And most people aren't able to hack that, especially if it starts off so well and so smoothly for them. So you right now as a video, if for you watching this video right now, it doesn't matter how long you're in sales. This could be your first week, it could be your first month, it could be your first year, it could be your first 3 years in sales. Okay? No matter what, just carry on sticking at it, carry on working and carry on putting in the work, because that is what I did and that is what got me to the point now where I'm winning. I'm living the life that I want to live. And I'm doing fun things. I feel fulfilled because I carried on. I stuck it out. I didn't quit. I didn't lose hope. My coaching student, one of my main coaching students, one of my main guys, when he first started, his name's Yeston. He was making about 300 to 400 a month. And he thought back then he was grateful, but he'd look at other people and he'd still be comparing himself to him. We'd be on our weekly coaching calls and he'd be like, David, I'm seeing all of these other people. I only made XYZ. Do you know what I mean? I'm barely obviously he had a 9-to-5 job. So obviously he wasn't starving for money, but he was like, bro, I'm not making any money for this. Is this even for me? Am I doing something wrong? Fast forward now, he's moved out to Thailand. He lived there for 3 months. Now he's out in Cape Town, living his best life, growing his personal brand, making a shit ton of money. We literally just got off a coaching call and we've set him up for how he's going to hit his first 10K a month. All because he stuck it out. All because he was grinding. All because he was working. All because he was putting in the effort and he didn't quit. Even when those first 3 to 4 months, those bad offers that he was on, even when that wasn't going the way he wanted it to go. The whole lesson from that is you need to go through the trenches in order to get to exactly where it is you're looking to go. Me and Temi understood, me and my coach, we understood the importance of going through the trenches so much that we literally started door-to-door sales again in the coldest period of the winter when we both didn't need to. When we were both making a crazy amount of money online. When we both run 6-figure businesses, we decided, you know what? Let's go to London, let's move to London, and let's knock doors. In the cold London weather, getting told to F off every single day, because we just knew those are the struggles and those are the experiences we need to go through in order to teach us to become the best entrepreneurs possible. Every single successful entrepreneur, not every single one, but the majority of entrepreneurs, they come from a sales background, especially actually door to door. It's crazy. The amount of successful people that started in door to door is wild. So for you, watching this, or for me and Temi, when we understood that, we were all right, cool. We'll sacrifice some short-term success. We'll sacrifice some short-term pleasure, all for long-term success, all for the credibility, all for the stories, and all for the skill. And for you watching this right now, if you're not in door-to-door sales, if you're not in direct sales, you don't even have to go through that. You can literally grind at this every single day from the comfort of your own home until you get it right. You have to do it positively. You have to keep a positive outlook. You have to have a conqueror's mindset. You have to show up every single day. And showing up every single day and putting in the work, that is what is going to make sure that you win. Genuinely, I wish someone taught me this when I first started in sales. I wish someone taught me that, because, those first 3 to 4 months, thank God I didn't give up, but, it felt like it was the most logical thing to do. It felt like, you know what, let me just go back, let me just focus on my degree apprenticeship. Let me just focus on, getting a corporate lifestyle and following up the map that my family want me to do, that my parents want me to go down, the easier route. Let me just go down the most comfortable, 1 to 2 grand a month, live comfortably, go up, progress, grow through the business. But that wasn't the life I wanted to live. I want to be a superstar. I wanted to be a superstar. I wanted to be the main man. And I wouldn't be able to get that life of me being a main man if I was still a degree apprentice. I wouldn't be able to live the lifestyle that I want to live, do all the nice stuff that I want to do, have the freedom if I was a degree apprentice. So I just chose the uncommon choice. Genuinely, boys and girls, you watching this video right now, those trenches that you're in, those hard times create strong men, hard times create strong people. Those trenches that you're in right now, they will shape you into the best sales rep and the best, I guess, salesperson you could possibly be, okay? So stick at it, stay in the fight, carry on putting in the work, and I promise you, you will win.